everybody, it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm taking apart again in the ATC design team release of the theme for this month's ATC swap over at the Art Sherpa's website and Facebook group. If you're not a part of that and you want to be, I put links down in the description below for you to go check it out. If you don't know what an ATC is, it is an artist trading card. So these are cards that are kind of like collector's cards that you trade, and everybody likes to create them because they're your own unique art being put onto a card. So today I'm creating 2 of them, and I actually already gave the theme away when I was unboxing everything. If you haven't checked out that video, make sure to go click, it's on this side, make sure to go click in the iCards. I've put the unboxing video of the secret supplies that Cinnamon sends each time we do one of these. I also have listed all the other design team members down in the description below, so make sure to go check out their videos as well. Like I said, I released the theme in my video while I was doing it. I knew what was happening. It wasn't like it was a slip or anything. I intentionally put it in there, and the best part was nobody knew that was the theme. But now you know what the theme is. Well, as soon as we get started, you will. So let's stop yapping and let's get to arting. Making art, whatever you want to call it. Let's go. So if you joined me during my live event, you already saw me open this box from Cinnamon and the Art Sherpa. And inside were all sorts of goodies that I get to use on today's ATC. And we had the theme in the bottle, we had the blending sticks, blendy. We had some Strathmore paper, and then we also had Faber-Castell soft pastels. So I have to use at least one of these in my art. And I'm going to try and use these soft pastels for this part of it. We'll see what actually happens, but I'll set those off to the side for now. These are the different papers, and I think for my ATC today, because I already know what the theme is, I am going to be using this kind of orangey yellow paper. I think it's going to go really well with what I'm hoping happens. Now, I opened this on the live video, the theme. Whoops! I opened it and I couldn't get it out, but I didn't actually reveal what the theme was, and I can finally reveal, maybe. I don't want to tear the paper, that's the only thing that I don't want to do, is tear it. Cinnamon and John worked really hard to get this to stay shut. There we go. Alright. The theme is secrets. Ooh. What do secrets mean to you? Alright, so there's a lot of different ways that you can interpret this. There's a lot of different ways to go about this. I have an idea that I think will be really neat, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and find out if that works out the way that I want it to. So I'll set this off to the side for now. I'm going to do some sketching here on this piece of paper for what I want it to do, or what I want it to be. I want this to be a treasure map. I think that would be a really cool idea, because I knew the theme, so I went out and bought this invisible ink pen. So it has a UV light up on the top, and you can actually look and find secrets hidden on whatever surface you write with it. So I think this would be really cool to do like a ship and an island and the X, and then have the path that leads it around to the X, and then have like a sea monster or something. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Let's hope I'm gonna be able to be successful with it. Like I said, I'm gonna start off by doing a little bit of sketching first to see if I can get my concept a little more solidified. Okay, now that I kind of have an idea sketched out, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell soft pastels, to go ahead and color everything in as best as I can. This is a very small piece, so it's going to be hard, but we're just going to go at it as best as we can, and we'll see what happens. So I don't know if you're supposed to use a water brush or water with the soft pastels, but I did, and it came out a lot better than I had expected. I've never used soft pastels. I thought I had, but I was thinking of oil pastels. I've used oil pastels before, and I wasn't sure if you're supposed to do that or not, but it seemed to have smoothed everything out and blended quite nicely, so I'm okay with that. I am now going to switch over. This is the invisible ink pen, and I'm gonna see if I can, well, that lid won't fit on there, so I need to hold the lid while doing this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with the ship, guiding the ship around the island to the X. And I think this is all dry. It's pretty dry. So I'm gonna guide it from there to the X using this invisible ink. So I'm gonna turn my little light on so that way I can see. Ooh, look at that. I don't know if the camera's gonna be, yep, the camera's kind of picking it up, but the green is really picking, the light green is really picking up a lot of that light green pastel. That's very cool. All right. Alright, so we have our lines in a little bit. They're kind of showing up on camera, but I'll hold it up to the camera in just a minute and get an even better view. Now we need to put in some sort of monster or something over here. That is the reason why you have to take the alternative route. So let's go ahead and put a body in, maybe. Come on. This pen is very fickle. I'm noticing that it wants to work sometimes and not other times. Okay, this honestly is not my best drawing ever, but I think you'll get the idea. So when you take the UV light and shine it across, you can see the path that you need to follow to get to the treasure, and then the monster hanging off over on the side here. So again, it's not my best work, but this pen is kind of fickle and hard to use, so we'll go with that. Okay, before I finish up, I want to add a little bit of water waves, because these maps always seem to have like a little bit of water on them. Alright, there we go. So there's our finished first ATC with the secret of a hidden treasure map and monster. Alright, for my next ATC, I'm going to use some artist trading card pre-made things from Bristol, or excuse me, from Strathmore Bristol paper. This is a 100-pound cardstock that is already pre-cut to 2.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to use this piece of paper, which kind of reminds me of like a haunted house wallpaper or something like that. I like my ATCs to be rather rigid, so I'll add it to the back of my piece like this. Once I get everything kind of the way I want it, I'll add it onto the back to make it a little more rigid, a little more sturdy, a little more, you know, give it some strength. So I'm also going to use some of these Studio G embellishments, and like I said, I kind of want it to be like a haunted house wallpaper, but I'm going to use, or at least I'm going to try to use, the invisible ink again to do something in the background. So let's go ahead and get started and see if I can accomplish what I'm hoping to accomplish. The first thing that I'm going to do is use some Distress ink and black soot. I'm going to go ahead and kind of, I guess it's vignette, add a little vignette to the sides of our piece to make it a little more like the house is older, I guess. Alright, I think I'm going to use this Beware one. Oh, it's a brad. I didn't even realize that these were brads. I don't even think it says attached. No, it doesn't say. Alright, well, I don't feel so bad that I didn't know it was a brad. That will actually be better that I sandwich it in between the pieces of paper. I think that will work out even better. So I think I want to put my Beware down here in this corner. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna punch a hole once I get everything written. I've taken away my craft mat because I had the feeling the craft mat was actually causing some of the issues of it not wanting to write. So I think I'll try without it and see what happens. I am a little disappointed because this neon Sharpie marker works really well and shows up quite nicely on this piece of paper, but as soon as I bring it over here, I even did the Sharpie over it and it's just barely even there. Unfortunately, I just don't think my idea is going to work out like I wanted to. It happens. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lose the fluorescent part of this ATC and just keep moving forward with everything else for it. So I think the next step is I need to poke a hole for that brad to fit through, and I need to figure out exactly where I want it, but I think I'm going to want it down right about there. So I'm going to use my craft pick from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to try and find that spot right there, and I'll poke a hole and poke my finger at the same time, apparently. So I'll put the craft pick through, hopefully not my finger again. That really did hurt. That's alright. And I'll put my brad through. There we go, the brad is now through. And I'll straighten it up. I'll go ahead and fold the other sides. Fold the sides down so that way. There we go. Right on there. And I think I would even like to use the bottle, or at least the key from the bottle. Alright, so I think I'm going to lay the key on just like that. I'm going to use some Ranger multimedia matte. This is a great adhesive for gluing stuff down because it is so incredibly strong, and since this has a little bit of heft to it, I think it's best that I use some strong adhesive on it to make sure that it sticks and stays on the ATC even while going through the mail. And I'm just going to hold it here for a little bit. Multimedia matte dries rather quickly, so I want to make sure that it adheres nicely onto my panel here. Alright, so that's going to work like that. I'm also going to take some matte medium, and just apply it around the edges of my card base. Woo! Air bubble. Alright, so this is going to need a little more time to dry. I have some acrylic blocks to help keep everything weighted down so that way it doesn't pop up while it's drying. We have the secret hidden treasure map that has the light up pathway and monster, and then we also have the spooky haunted house with the key and the beware. I think that's a lot of fun for secrets. I hope I've hit this theme, and I hope if you are the one that receives my ATCs that you will enjoy them. I'm having a lot of fun testing out new art supplies and playing around with them, so thanks to the Art Sherpa for sending those along, and thanks to John for the awesome box that he put together. I like how he it really fit the theme quite well, is basically what it boils down to. So definitely check it out if you're interested. If you want to be a part of the free ATC group, you can do that. All you have to do is send your ATC and a stamp in the envelope, a loose stamp, so that way they can just swap those and get those off to the recipients. But if you'd like, there is a paid membership. It is for 3 months. It's $10, and that only covers international shipping, so that way Cinnamon and John can get those out overseas and everybody can participate. So it does not create a profit. It is just for covering international postage. You can find out, like I said, more information down in the description below. Make sure to click that link to go over to the ATC website. Also guys, don't forget, if you're new to my channel, hit that button down below that says subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and get great updates every time I post a new video or go live. You can also click that bell notification icon. That's going to give you a notification every time I go live or post a new video here on YouTube. So make sure to click that bell so that way you can get notified. Also guys, don't forget to check me out on my social media links. Those are listed down in the description below. They include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more, so make sure to go check out all of those locations and get social with me. Alright guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, and remember, normal's just a setting on your dryer. Bye!